Get over here!
Hello guys, how are you? I hope you have a great weekend and I hope you're actually doing whatever you propose to do, but also watching this video. Because when you're relaxing in a weekend, what's better than to hear a lousy guy giving his opinion on something no one asked him about? Well, I guess that's the definition of a YouTuber after all. So here I am trying to give my opinion on one of my favorite franchises ever. Mortal Kombat. And really I want to talk about like the last game and the situation it is in, because it's a little bit dire if you ask me. But until we actually get there, I have to ask you one favor. Do you see this? Do you see this subscribe button? He's alone. He's been alone for a long time, so please help him out. How? Click on it and click on the bell next to it. It's going to help him out and make it much happier, and it will make me feel way better and appreciated. Also, you can click on the like button if you do like it, and well, if you do like the video, but if you do like the subscribe button, do it as well. And also you can leave a comment, actually tell me if you play Mortal Kombat and if you do actually like the last game, or which game is your favorite, because yes, I also have a list with my top Mortal Kombat games, like their rankings, so I'm really curious on what do you think about that one as well. So without further ado, let's actually get over here. Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat, for just a little bit of a context, is my favorite franchise of gaming, well, basically ever. It used to be Prince of Persia, but as we talked last week, Prince of Persia is not really doing anything with its franchise anymore, and Mortal Kombat really was one of those games that I loved as a child. The first Mortal Kombat game I ever played was Mortal Kombat 4, and yes, I know a lot of you probably either know of it and know that it was not the greatest game ever, but for me it was fun as hell. And it had these kind of endings.
Going somewhere, Jarek?
Jax! I thought you were going to.
Thought I was what? Dead? Like my partner you just tossed off the cliff?
I'm sorry, Jax. Please, don't drop me. Wait, I promise.
Too late, Jarek.
You can't drop me. You have to uphold the law. You have to arrest me. Wait, this is brutality. You can't do it.
Wrong, Jarek. This is not a brutality. This is a fatality.
So yeah, I have to love that game. It's a piece of art. And also I really enjoyed the whole story, and when the reboot happened from NetherRealm, it just grabbed my attention, never let me go, and I actually enjoyed that. So yeah. That didn't sound that well, did it? Well, it's okay. It's a good thing, trust me. Here's the deal. Mortal Kombat is actually doing a very good job when it comes to, well, stories and everything that it should do, like a fighting game should do. But the problem is, lately it's actually been in a little bit of a problem, because it does have some bad habits that it got from other games, especially mobile games. And we'll get to that in just a second, but for context, for those that maybe are not as familiar with Mortal Kombat, before NetherRealm created the games we know today as Mortal Kombat, these games were made by a studio called Midway. So Midway Games was actually the one that did the original ones, and actually the original one was very controversial when it got out because of the violent nature it had, and because of the style of kind of game they did, because they actually filmed each character, so they were a real person and they were filming it on a green screen and then actually programming it into the game. I probably have a video up here showing you how they were doing it. I find that pretty fascinating and pretty interesting, and I think you might too. But the controversy it got itself in, it's not that. It is the fact that it's the first fighting game anyway, where fatalities happened and where violence was so like, you know, high in the air. But here's the deal: violence was kinda in other games as well. Yes, so the government tried to actually ban Mortal Kombat, and if you are not familiar with lawsuits such as this, search for the lawsuit against Mortal Kombat, against Grand Theft Auto, and also against Night Trap. They were banned because politicians decided they're too violent. Because God knows the 90s were not violent, right? Well, that is also not the topic. I just wanted to kind of point out that they were a little bit, nasty with it. So Mortal Kombat did have some problems in its, beginning. However, that problem actually helped out a little bit. Because of this, the game basically jumped in popularity because the news covered this about Mortal Kombat, and also Mortal Kombat is the reason the ESRB, if you don't know what ESRB is basically the organization that actually staples the games, like what age you should be to play a game, and it's rating them considering their, who should it be played by, if it makes any sense. I hope I did explain it pretty at least coherently. Anyway, it's morning, okay? Don't ask me to talk too well, okay? So they actually jumped from being a fighting game to being the most well-known fighting game, and they actually kept being that because really, I think no matter you play or not video games, you heard of Scorpion, you heard of Sub-Zero, and you heard of their battles, and also probably you heard the sentence,
Get over here!
yeah, you definitely heard of this. There's no way you did not. But here is the little thing. NetherRealm got them, and after, I think there were 7 games, the Mortal Kombat rebooted in 2011, right? And that reboot changed a lot because NetherRealm Studios got Mortal Kombat from this level to this level. It's crazy how good this was. A little thing I forgot to mention: this was actually created by a small group of people. The main 2 creators are Ed Boon and John Tobias. And now it's only Ed Boon that's doing this, right? So NetherRealm was created by Ed Boon and is Ed Boon's studio basically, and they're doing Mortal Kombat, which is a good thing because that means the main creator is still there with them. However, I will tell you about the changes, but first I just want to point out how good their games were so far. So Mortal Kombat Reboot was a fucking masterpiece. Everyone loved it. I personally I regard it as my second favorite Mortal Kombat of all time. It has the best story by far, probably one of the best rosters, and I'll be totally honest with you, to this day I could play that and graphically I still think it's okay. And it's been like 13 years since then, so it's doing a pretty good job. But here comes, like Mortal Kombat 10, people absolutely love it, and it's a level of love and a level of popularity I did not see coming from Mortal Kombat. It was everywhere, literally. That time, 2015, when that game showed up, everyone talked about it. Literally everyone talked about it. Every YouTuber was playing it. Everyone had to say something about it, just like I do right now. And then Mortal Kombat 11 showed up, right? And that is my favorite Mortal Kombat game, and I know a lot of you probably hate me for saying this because it changed a lot, right? The style changed a lot from very fast combos to a very fast gameplay to a more slow, more strategic, let's think what we're doing gameplay. And I personally loved that. I do understand a lot of people saying that the combo breaker was not the best idea ever. I can kind of get why you say that. I, again, personally enjoy that. I loved its tutorial because it's actually explained me really well how to use all the tools to help me fight. And also, I like the fatal blow idea. So, NetherRealm introduced in the first 2 games, they did the X-ray. And everyone knew about it, but you had to wait to fill your meter to actually get to do your X-ray. Now you actually have to get your life under 30%, and then you can use a fatal blow, which is, well, really a fatal blow. And you can also use it in combos, and it's making, in my opinion, way more sense, because that way you actually cannot feel safe that, you know, your opponent has less life. You have to still be on your toes, and it gives you a chance to make a comeback, which I love. It's so fun when you do it, and yes, it's annoying for the guy that loses, but trust me, it's fun when you win, and you'll probably enjoy that. Also, the story was really good, the roster was really good, I loved everything, I loved the DLC as well, so yeah, I have to admit, I loved this game. But there comes Mortal Kombat 1, and the expectations were high.
High as a fucking kite!
Were so high that actually it's the first ever game I pre-ordered. I never really do that, and I didn't just pre-order the game. I was like, okay, if I pre-order this, I get a premium edition because I want all the DLCs, I want the Jean-Claude Van Damme skin, I want everything. And about the Jean-Claude Van Damme thing, a funny thing. The game Mortal Kombat as a franchise it had to be actually the beginning in its early stages a Jean-Claude Van Damme game from Bloodsport, and actually you can tell because there's Johnny Cage and here's Jean-Claude Van Damme in Bloodsport. They're literally the same thing, and yeah, they basically couldn't afford him at that point, and so they made another game, and they're like, okay. And after all these years, they're actually finally able to get Jean-Claude to actually be in one of their games, which is Adbun's dream, actually. And look at Mortal Kombat now, right? They can have movies where they can have this scene.
Mother, you're alive. Too bad you will die.
I'll never have that scene leave my head, I swear to God. It's living rent-free in my head, and I will never let it go. Because yes, Mortal Kombat has 3 movies at this point, and 2 of them are good. Well, yeah, good. And one of them is Annihilation. Yeah, just watch it, trust me. You'll have a great time watching it. But I changed the whole thing that so the Mortal Kombat 1 game had really, really, really big shoes to fill. So did it actually do it? Yes. I would say yes for the big part. So here's the deal. The gameplay of this game is probably, and I really, really tend to be quite harsh because I'm not the best necessarily at combos, and I know that. But I would personally say this is the most refined gameplay really Mortal Kombat has ever had, because not only it keeps that strategic thing in there, it gets rid of the combo breaker, but it still lets you basically be really strategic about what you're doing. It's faster, but it's also more strategic. It's a little bit crazy how they were able to achieve this, because they used cameos to basically speed up their gameplay, which means using cameos you can attack your opponent, basically continue your string of combos, or you can just do some air combos mixed with the cameos and then mixed with another normal combo and so on and so forth. And trust me, air combos were never this easy, this fun, and cameos were definitely never this fun until this game actually did it. It's so good, and really it's really debated if this game has it has the best roster, because basically you bring everyone in, like literally everyone, because you are able to have the main characters and then to get the roster with the cameos separately. So yeah, pretty good. The story, absolutely amazing. For those that don't know what the story is, very briefly, because I don't want to give you any spoilers, it basically continues the trend that they did, the NetherRealm did. So the first two games, so the first games till now are basically, well, the first game, here, let me start like this. The first game covers the first three original stories, only rebooted and with a different ending, basically. The Mortal Kombat 10 is covering what Mortal Kombat 4 story was supposed to be, with Shinnok and all that. And again, the ending is different and it's ending a little differently. And also, Mortal Kombat 11, it's basically a whole new thing. It's new story with a new villain and all that. And now Mortal Kombat 1, it's kind of mixing that up. It's basically continuing this with Liu Kang now being the fire god and the protector of Earth, and also the protector of time and stuff like that. And basically he made the timeline so that somehow this becomes what the last game from Midway was, which is Mortal Kombat Armageddon. For those that don't know, Mortal Kombat Armageddon was the last game from Midway, and that's exactly how the reboot started for Mortal Kombat made by NetherRealms. It's literally the same thing. I'll probably put the ending of Armageddon here and the beginning of Mortal Kombat here, and you will understand what I'm talking about. And Mortal Kombat 1 basically recreates that once again, but again differently this time, and way better, trust me. The story is really good, and I'm not gonna spoil anything about it. I just wanted to at least watch it. I honestly think you should give it a chance, but hey, I'm not here to tell you to pay money for a game that actually did something kind of bad, because here's a problem that I do have with Mortal Kombat. I praised it a lot, and I do have to say that I still love it, but maybe you've noticed, if you do know the franchise, the interest in the game has dropped considerably. And really, I was like, why? The game is really good. And then I realized, wait, I didn't play for like a month or something. It's quite a lot. What happened? And then I realized it's the lack of content. Well, yes, they do have DLC that keeps dropping, and trust me, it's actually really good DLC. We're talking like Quan Chi, we're talking Peacemaker, we're talking Omni-Man, and the next one I think is Takeda, and then we'll have Homelander. If not, Homelander is first. I'm not sure of the order, but basically they have really good DLCs. Don't get me wrong, and the gameplay is solid for those as well. I played Omni-Man as a main a lot, like a few months really. I really liked it, but the problem is they did two bad things. First things first, the game modes that they have, well, it's only one. So you have, you know, your towers, which comes with every game, the story, and then the only game mode that actually comes with, that's separated from these, is Invasions. And Invasions, at its base, at its core, I thought it was a really good idea. The first time they announced it, I was like, oh yeah, that's good. Well, it's not actually. Here's the deal. I thought that they were saying that they're gonna make seasonal, seasonal storylines for each character, and you can win skins for these characters. I was like, that's cool. Who doesn't like that? Well, the idea is good, but the problem is the way they executed it. It's really concerning, because what they did is you have to basically beat like what there were 5 or 6 maps, something like that, to be able to actually get the character that you might want, because he's, you know, it's each story. And each map has around, I don't know, like 20-30 fights. And it's like, that's a lot. Are you telling me I have to fight like 150 times just to get the character skin I want? Yeah, And none of these are like super, because I'm gonna be a little mean here. The skins look okay, the skins look good, but the really good skins, yeah, those are sold in the store. And guess what? You can actually have them with just, what was it, 1,000 or something like that? I'm actually going to check it out, not to give you false information. I'm actually gonna record this one more time because I forgot that Mortal Kombat's game was, the music was in there, so I might actually get copyright strike if I actually show it with the music on. What I wanted to show you, and I recorded this, is that the announcer right now for Omniman's voice, right, it's 1,000 dragon crystals. And the skin for Kung Lao, which by the way, it's a skin you actually do play with in storyline, so they could have easily just give it for free. Also the Shiva for Melina. The new skin for Melina is 600 dragon crystals. And now dragon crystals, for those that don't know, I did actually show their prices. 500 dragon crystals is $5, right? 1,000 of them. Yes, you do get 1,250, but literally you cannot buy anything with that 250 and nothing with the 500. Literally, the first one is useless unless you have another 100. There's literally no reason to actually buy this. Yes, you can get dragon crystals if you do play the game. However, it's really annoying that they did this. And this is $10. So what I am trying to say is to get any of these skins, or especially the voice announcer here, you have to pay $10. You heard it right. And we're talking a game that's already $70. And if you got a premium edition, it's probably around like the $90. So that is huge. To ask for this much money for these things, it's absolutely unbelievably dumb, and I absolutely hate it. Now going back to the video. Yeah, the skins are $10. That's how much they're actually charging you for the skins, which I think it's horrible too. And by the way, they're not even like the greatest skins ever. That's the problem. First things first, you can get the seasonal skins that I talked about for all the characters, but not the DLC characters. Yes, you heard that right. DLC characters can go fuck themselves. You do not have that. And I think that's such a dumb decision, because it's like, why? Why didn't you do it for those as well? And I'm like, okay, maybe they're just DLC. I understand you might not be able to do it for like Peacemaker or Omni-Man, but Quan Chi, it's literally a DLC character. It's your character. How not? Well, they didn't. And the reason this is even more maddening is the fact that actually this was supposed to be... So again, it followed MK11, and MK11 had by far the best presentation ever. It had 3 intros and 3 outros for each character. You had like 10 or 15 skins for each character with different versions of that skin. And then you can get also seasonal skins for all characters. Like, they actually did a great job there. And then here comes this game. 1 intro per character, 1 outro per character, and that's literally it. And then you make these kind of skins that are kind of boring, honestly. All they do really, for a lot of them, you change color palettes and a lot of other things. It's not that great. And the skins that are actually worth something are costing a lot of money, and I hated that. I do remember actually there was one of the seasons, I think maybe season 2, that had Sub-Zero skins. I think I was able to get it. Because here's the deal. Dragon crystals, which are the currency that you have to buy, you can also get if you do play online, right? So if you play online matches, ranked matches, at the end of the season you get a certain amount of dragon crystals. Basically, I was able to gather enough to get one of the skins I wanted, and that was Sub-Zero's. I think it's his Deadly Alliance skin. I might be wrong, I'm going to check it out, but here's the deal. The problem with it is there was also this MK3 ultimate MK3 skin for Scorpion with like his flaming head and all that, and it was really looking good and I really wanted it, and then I realized I don't have currency anymore. So yeah, just look at it, look at people that bought it, and deal with it. And this is not the only problem that they did. They also, if you do remember, it was actually something that it was discussed and actually NetherRealm had to say sorry for. They asked $30 for 3 fatalities. You heard that right. So they actually had paid fatalities, right? There were seasonal fatalities. You had one for Halloween, one for Thanksgiving, and one for Christmas. Basically, what they did is ask you $10 for each, which is absolutely fucking disgusting. That was so the whole game. It's $70. You're asking half of that money for 3 fatalities. Are you stupid? What is that? Like, genuinely. And of course they didn't actually go with the fans, and NetherRealm had to say we're sorry. We're changing that. 3 fatalities, $10, which is still too much. Just stop it. Stop asking for money for everything. You already had money from the game. And again, I didn't even pay $70. I paid like 100 or whatever the premium edition was. Like, genuinely, this is so stupid, and I hate it. And I hate it because, and I'll be the advocate of the devil here, I don't think it's NetherRealm's fault. Maybe there is some of its fault as well, I'm not gonna say no to that, but I think the main fault is actually Warner Brothers. And the reason I'm saying that is because you can actually look at their recent history and kind of how they're handling their things. And they have Hogwarts Legacy, yes, but first things first, I think they might be the reason why Quidditch is not in the game. Maybe I'm wrong, but this is at least my opinion, right? We know that Quidditch could have been in the game. We know that the mechanism is there, more or less, and they do talk about it. I think they actually might have got it out just because Warner Brothers said no. Get it out, we'll make it a DLC. We're gonna get some more money, come on. And then this year came Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, which is the live service garbage, and it's a very bad game. And you know what? And it was a failure, don't get me wrong. Absolutely flopped. And Warner Brothers said, yes, from now I want to double the effort on live service games. How do you make these decisions? You literally lost money with your last live service games, and now you want to double the effort on that? What's your problem? And basically, this is not only Warner Brothers, but the majority of AAA publishers are really greedy, and all they want is, I'll give you the game, but on top of the game, I want you to give me more money. Give me money every month for seasons. Give me money every single day for skins. Give me money every single night for some other stupid shit. I don't know. Oh, you want experience? It's okay. You can play 100 hours or unlock it here for $5. What do you say? That's a good deal, isn't it? I mean, why play the game when you can buy the game again? That's deal, right? And yeah, that's the concerning state Mortal Kombat is in right now. Again, I do love the game. I don't want this video to be I've shat on Mortal Kombat, because that's not the point. I do love the game, and I just want the game, and I hope they will make it better. Basically, they did drop the last trailer for the Invasion Season 5, actually. So I would like to actually take a look a little bit and also make a reaction to that as well. So let's actually do that. Okay, so let's actually watch the trailer. I'm gonna get the music a little bit down, not to get super copyrighted by NetherRealm. So we're concentrating on Raiden for this one. And look, this one is, I'll be totally honest, it has interesting skins at least. I'll give them that. Even though I do think Johnny Cage has similar skins in others as well, so I might actually just have praised them for nothing. But I would say at least, well, this skin for Liu Kang looks really awesome. But then again, look, these games is... So, here's the deal. Again, for those that don't know really. This kind of gameplay is actually in Invasions, in their maps and stuff. But it's a little bit of a problem to begin with, because to be totally honest with you, why would you do it like this? Like, this, in my opinion, at least, it's maybe the worst way to handle your game modes. Why not make this separate? Because this actually happens once in a while you are on a map. So after like 10 fights or 15 fights, you get one of these. And trust me, you're gonna be tired of it. You will not want this. So yeah, I thought it kind of a bad decision from them with this one. Oh wait, I think they did do something new. Let me... Oh, so now you can mix gears from others. Or is that just a skin for Scorpion? I really should have played the game one more time. They do have fun stuff. I mean, a squirrel that electrocutes you, sure. I'll take that, that's fun. But the skins themselves are not like super different. So you'll see the basic skins and actually is like, yeah, I make it purple and with a little bit of an emission here. How about that? Isn't that cool? Well, it is, but that's not really the point. Oh, we got our giant rain. Okay. That's something new. Look, again, they know how to make a game fun, and now Kamehameha is a part also of this. This all probably is in Invasions though, and actually, yeah, you can see the amulet here. Oh, you can't see the amulet. Let me move myself for a little bit. You can actually see the amulet here, which is from Invasions. So yeah, definitely these are going to be available only in Invasions. Is this one the same? Can't see the amulet to be honest, but it has to be. It has a modifiers here, so definitely. So, is the game fun? Maybe. Yes. And literally, are you gonna promote? It just hit me now. They're promoting this game, this season of Invasions. This skin, Raiden, it's the Mortal Kombat 11 skin. You're literally reselling something we already had. Oh, that's bad. Oh no. I did not realize that. Okay. Yeah, there's that. So Mortal Kombat 1's Invasion Season 5. I unfortunately don't think just putting another season of Invasions will help. Personally, I think what you really gotta do. So yeah, I think personally you have to do more than that. Just do another season of Invasions is not gonna cut it. It's not gonna help you out enough. You have to have more than this, more content for sure, and definitely content that you don't resell, for fuck's sake. Really, MK11's Raiden skin, I genuinely can't believe I missed that. But yeah, that's really the state of Mortal Kombat right now. So actually, guys, please leave it in the comment. Do you actually like how Mortal Kombat 1 is? Do you enjoy it? Did you ever play a Mortal Kombat game? And if you did, what's your favorite? And with all that being said, with all that questions being around, my conclusion for this is that I hope really that NetherRealm can turn this around. Mortal Kombat 1, I think it's kind of the lost cause. I don't think you can do more than that unless they have a Combat Pack 2, which is a second DLC pack, and you bring a game mode with that and a story. I genuinely don't see how you can fix this. I think it's kind of broken and you can't really do stuff about it. And I'm afraid that if Warner Brothers keeps telling them what to do, they will destroy all their games. I'm really afraid that the Injustice story might actually be bad if they're going to continue to do this. Hopefully they will be able to do something about it. Hopefully hell, maybe even be bought by someone that actually lets them do what they want. And hey, I'm a big advocate for Sony on this side because I know Sony is shitty when it comes to exclusivities. However, you have to give it to them. They do know how to let studios to make their own games. I mean, the best single player games really come from Sony lately, and that's kind of it. I mean, I would even consider Microsoft for this one. I know they didn't really have anything good lately, but hey, I still believe they could handle it better than Warner Brothers, definitely. So with this being said, this is actually the end of the video. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope you're relaxing still, and I hope you actually enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget about a like. Please don't forget about the subscription to this channel. It's not a paid subscription. Don't worry, right? Just press the button. And also, please leave a comment if you did like the video or not, and if you do like Mortal Kombat or not. Also, I do hope you enjoy. I changed the camera, so I hope it's a little clearer for you. It looks good for me, but I don't know. So yeah, with all this being said, I'm going to actually end the video right there and actually edit it and post it. Bye guys.